Hey guys, how's it going? Sorry it's been a couple weeks. I know we're working through this series and we've had some delays just with other decks and things coming up. I've just had a busy couple weeks, and so unfortunately I don't just get to sit around and do these videos all the time. But I wanted to get back into the Bones Brigade Series 12 here for you guys because 13 is going to be coming out. I think it's in towards the end of June. And I just want to keep the hype going for that because these are sick decks and killer graphics. So anyways, today we're looking at Bones Brigade Series 12, Powell-Peralta, and this is the obviously Lance Mountain. And so with Lance, it's kind of cool. So they were obviously doing a lot of bones and crosses, or bones and skulls and stuff back then. And so Lance kind of wanted to step out of it a bit. He's seen Vernon Courtlandt Johnson working on the new Future Primitive video graphics and decided that's the direction he wanted to go for his graphic. And so this is a pretty rad graphic, to be honest. It's one of my favorite graphics, and I've heard lots of guys over the years just talk about this as being their favorite graphic as well. It is a pretty sick graphic, really cool concept. Obviously it takes us back to just Lance skating, but also just, you know, the Bones Brigade Future Primitive video, which was so rad as well. So with this, one of the things about this graphic is this is the first run of it. And so there's something right in this region here where the dude's foot is kind of around the crotch of the dog. That was later removed just because it is awkward positioning there. So that was later removed, but for whatever reason for this Bones Brigade Series 12, they decided to go back to that original one. So for on top here, just looking at the dragon, this is the same one that's on the exact, that's the exact same on all of the Bones Brigade Series 12 decks, and it does have that tighter tail on there versus the feathered one or fanned one. But we can see too, this is copyright 2020, and so that's when these guys were supposed to be released. There was a lot of delays with this. I still think it ended up being 2020, but it was definitely the fall by the time it came out. It was supposed to be a spring, pushed to the summer, pushed to the fall, and then they finally dropped. And it was a mad race to get your hands on these guys, that's for sure. But anyways, managed to get my hands on some of them. So what we'll do right now is just kind of walk through the specs quickly. Maybe you'll start with what came with the board again. And so just like all of the other ones, I'll put a picture up here that I found online because I've put the plastic, what's it called? Sleeve. Yeah, the plastic sleeve. I've buried them somewhere in storage. And anyways, I prefer the sleeve over the saran wrap. It's nice because it doesn't just, you know, it's not sticking to the deck. So in that plastic sleeve, it's not a heavy sleeve at all. So a lot of guys, they'll go on and actually buy like the bigger, thicker poly bags for them. But these ones, I mean, from a collecting standpoint, I'm one of those guys that keep the boxes and everything. So anyways, I have that sleeve still. So with that, it also came with the warranty card, right? Which whatever. Then it came with, was supposed to come with the pin, but again, I've told you guys, I bought like 8 boards and I got 2 pins out of all of it. I'll put a closer up picture here so you can see. I did get in the collectible stuff with it. It's one of those things that, yeah, I think when you're dropping some good cash, it's nice just to have these other little collectors, especially when it comes to limited run boards. So with that as well, we obviously get the rider card. And so we can see here that we're just working from, well, it would be left to right, I guess. And so we've done the Mullen, the McGill, the Guerrero. We're now on the Lance Mountain. We'll finish off with Tony Hawk and then the Bandis Steve Cab. And so on the back of this, sorry, I'm going to just put down the board here for a second as well. So what I'll do is I'll put a bigger shot up here, guys, and you can read through it. I'll also put it at the end, which will be easier to read. But it just gives some really good information on Lance, some perspective on the graphics. Stacy gives a quote as well. And one of the things that I really like about what Stacy's saying here is that Lance, like Rodney, is a fox in sheep's clothing. He's the clown and the assassin. So again, he is the personality. You watch these videos and he's the crazy guy doing all the crazy stuff. But he is super talented as well and skilled. He's super humble, so if you're watching him in videos nowadays, he'll look back on that and say, yeah, I don't even know how I was so blessed to be involved with those guys because they're so super talented. When you look at like Mullen and Hawk and Steve and, you know, Tommy Guerrero on the street, like all of these guys, Mike McGill. But Lance was equally as good. He just, for whatever reason, in his mind, he doesn't think he was there, but he was still winning competitions, had mad skills, and to be honest, he was one of the ones that I would say massively influenced a big part of the skate community because he made skateboarding look fun. And when you watch those videos, I mean, he's doing all of just these, you know, crazy things, things that you wouldn't think about doing on a skateboard and just making it fun. And so I think he attracted a lot of people to the industry just based on his personalities, his approach to skating, and the fact that he is madly skilled as well. But anyways, I'll post that. Be sure that you go through. So his stance is regular foot, so it's saying on here. And we talked about that art being from Vernon Courtlandt Johnson. And so let's just dive into the specs quick on this one. And so again, Bones Brigade Series 12, Lance Mountain. So the shape on this one, and you can see it maybe here if I angle the board, I don't know, sometimes you can see it. That's the last 3 digits, usually on the serial number here. And so this is shape number 156. The concave on this guy is SP3. So not a lot of concave on there. Pretty flat. I'll give you guys this profile as well. So not a lot of concave on there. But pretty rad. Again, for old guys like me, this still feels really comfortable under the feet, just because it's what we were used to skating, right? So more than the early 80s, you know, the pig-shaped decks, but just still not a lot of concave on there. All right, so yeah, so that's the SP3 concave. The width of this guy is 10 inches. The length is 30.75 inches. The nose on this guy is, we're gonna go this way, sorry, is 3.875 inches. The wheelbase that we're seeing here is 15.375 inches, and then the tail is 6.5 inches. And so this is 7-ply hard rock maple. The Bones Brigade, I think until Series 12, it sounds like 13 might be made in Mexico, but I think these ones were still made in the US factory. I do think that that's going to be changing, and that Series 13 might be made in the Mexico plant. I think the plan is that they're just going to be doing the flight decks in the US factory. Who knows? We'll see. We'll talk about it more. Put it in the comments if you know for sure, but I think that's what's going on. So with this one as well, what they've done is it's not the screened to deck process. Again, that's that heat process or heat transfer process where they screen onto the heat transfer and then they put it on with heat and they cover the whole thing. It's just like a big sticker, and that's why you don't see the truck holes here. But those easily pop out, as you can see on the top. And you can see obviously truck holes are there. But yeah, it's just that's their approach that they do it. All right, so what else? Old school or new school hole pattern. Got my trusty little Visionet Psycho riser here. It's just a nice soft rubber one. So we'll hold that up and we'll take a look. And so yeah, you can see there, guys. That is the old school hole pattern. So we talked about this. Either find yourself some old trucks and or just go out and buy some Indy 6-hole base plates. Typically you'll only see the 6 holes on maybe 159s, definitely 169s for sure, and probably 215s. I've never skated 215s though, like I know some guys have. They just seem ridiculously wide. I guess, you know, for the bigger pig shapes maybe, but I'm more of just a 169 guy. That's how I've rolled in the past. But anyways, guys, there you have it. So let's give a good look here again on this one. Wicked graphic. Another side profile. Here we go. All right. Bones Brigade Series 12, Lance Mountain. We'll catch you guys again. Thanks so much. Be sure to comment, like, share, do all that good stuff. Peace out. Cheers, guys.